Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to part 2 on the Noob to Pro series, where today we are going to continue maxing out everything just like we were doing before. So then that way we could of course reach the final world and maybe even get on the leaderboards. Now of course, if we do want to go ahead and get that strong, we have to do a lot of grinding, so I'd really appreciate if you guys could stick through the video, and as per usual, feel free to like and subscribe if you don't want to see more. And yeah, apart from that though, let's go ahead and let's begin the grinding. Alright, so first things first, just in case if you guys forgot what happened in the last video. In the last video, we did quite a lot of grinding in the sense that we were maxing out a lot of the first 2 worlds. For example, we got, the secret Kurama, the secret Biju, and as well we got a bunch of mythicals in the other gachas as well, like the races and as well the Saiyajins as well. Then of course with all of that, we were able to save up all of this mastery, which allowed me to get, some pretty OP weapons. Like literally, look at this, 40% damage, 72 mastery, it's really good. But yeah, of course, that is nowhere near enough if we want to go ahead and max out. So let's get started by probably working on the next quest. So we have to head on over here to the Emperor. And then we probably have to take him out quite a few times to not only complete the quest, but as well get all of his accessories. Yeah, I think the main one that we're going to be aiming for right now is definitely going to be these margin ears, because I'm pretty sure I have already a 60% mastery accessory right now equipped. Yeah, I have this purple skeleton, which gives me, the same amount of mastery and as well an extra 10% damage. So yeah, let's quickly go ahead and grab these margin ears, and then I'm pretty sure we can just go ahead and immediately jump into the next world, because this should be the last quest. Let's first of all check if we got the final item that we need. So did we get the margin ears? Yes, we did. Awesome. Now, if we just go ahead and claim this quest, right, we should have enough zone keys to as well click this. Nice, that is the 3rd world now unlocked, giving us 3 whole new gachas. Oh yeah, that reminds me, I'm pretty sure this 3rd world was actually involved in the recent update. More specifically, I believe it is the new fruits gacha. Yeah, here it is, right over here in, I guess, somewhere on this map, but for the time being, we'll just go ahead and use, the UI. So in order to roll for these fruits, we need to go ahead and get this gem currency. And then it seems like the fruits are going to be increasing not only your mastery, but as well some of them are going to be increasing your damage. Guess that means that if we want to play smartly, we need to go ahead and get every single type of fruit. So then that way we don't only get a mastery boost, but as well we can get the damage boost for, whenever we need it. But just before we go ahead and jump into that, let's just have a quick look at the other gachas. So this one's like the previous ones. Haki is basically resembling the Biju and as well the races. And then over here we have the Pirate Trainer, which seems like it's going to be exactly like the Whis questline. Hopefully that will mean that we won't need to grind too long, in order to unlock all of them and obviously max them out. But I guess it's gonna depend on how OP these new weapons and as well how easy it is to get the new tokens. So these seem to be as well the same, same chances, same amount of tokens, which means that the only issue right now is going to be DPS. Now, I guess thinking about it, there are many ways we could solve that issue. For example, we can just save up like slowly all of the gems and then, rolling them manually until eventually I get, something good. But not gonna lie, I do have a feeling that if I were to do that method, it might be much longer than, all of the other methods. Let me go ahead and showcase to you guys what exactly I mean. So, heading on over to the dungeon over here, I'm pretty sure I have not touched, for example, all of the yen upgrades and as well this raid over here, the Shinobi raid. According to the update log over here, apparently this raid is supposed to be giving us tokens and as well raid powers, where every single 5 completed waves, we have a chance to, get one of them. Now, what exactly these powers are going to be upgrading, I'm not entirely sure. I mean, I could easily guess, mastery or damage, but then again, maybe one of them is going to be increasing coins. Let's just wait the 13 minutes for, this to open, and in the meantime, maybe we'll go ahead and just, spam a bunch of these yen upgrades. So let's upgrade our mastery percentage, since it seems like right now it isn't too expensive. So 4 million, 17 million, 58 million, and I think I'm going to leave it there for the time being. Then from there, we can increase our damage probably quite a lot. Let's get it up to around, level whatever this is. And then I guess for the rest of our cash, let's just, I guess, split it between all of the rest of them. I mean, I'm not planning to like reach any max numbers just yet, but I guess for the time being, all of these stats boosts are definitely going to do. Ooh, okay, this is actually some brilliant timing. So the easy time trial is going to be opening a little bit before the Shinobi raid, meaning that I have time to, you know, go ahead, jump on in, maybe farm some of, I guess, the tokens that I can't exactly unlock just yet. Like, I'm pretty sure the easy time trial drops tokens from every single world, including, and obviously not limited to, World 3, World 4, and I guess all of the dungeon lobby related stuff as well, like the token upgrades and even the attack area upgrades. Plus as well, I really want to go ahead and rank up as soon as possible, but if I go ahead and do that right now, I would be wasting all of this energy, or should I say mastery. Let's at least use it, you know, a little bit before we go ahead and say bye-bye to it. Alrighty, so just like that, we are now inside of the easy time trial, and it seems like, yeah, we are one-shotting all of the enemies at the moment, and as well, we are getting so many tokens that I don't even recognize yet. Like, where on earth are some of these from? Okay, this pirate shard thing, I'm pretty sure it's from the questline that we saw before, you know, the one that was kind of like the Whis questline, which basically means that I'm not going to be able to use it until I guess I complete said quests. A bit unfortunate, but I guess we'll live. Also, by the way, I just got reminded, since we are completing, you know, the easy time trial, we are also gaining access to the time trial achievements. Like, for example, reaching room 5 gives us 5 mastery, and then if we were able to get to room 50, we would get a whole extra equip. Now that of course sounds really awesome, but the only downside is we are only on room 8 and we've already stopped one-shotting the enemies, so I don't think we're going to be able to reach that far in the easy time trial anytime soon. In fact, for all I know, it might not even be possible to get to room 50 now. Like, maybe even the top 1 leaderboard in energy isn't even strong enough to maybe even get to like room 40 or something. It could easily be something crazy like that. But anyway, since it seems like I am not going to be beating room 10 within the time limit left, and as well I don't think we even need to because there is no achievement for room 10, I guess we can just go ahead and, you know, leave the time trial and maybe see if there's any last second upgrades I can do before the Shinobi raid opens. Like, can I maybe upgrade a few tokens? I mean, I could maybe just a little bit. Yeah, let's just go ahead and pop everything into mastery and damage, and then can I go ahead and upgrade my attack area? No, we still need to do around like 2 more easy time trials before I can upgrade this. But I guess it's fine, since in the end I don't think attack area is going to be making too much of a difference because, you know, it doesn't increase damage, just I guess how many enemies I can hit. So I guess for the time being, let's just go ahead and use the tokens that we got from the easy time trial to roll the gachas that I wasn't able before. So, are we going to be getting maybe a good fruit, like for example that secret fruit, or can we maybe at least get a good mastery fruit so then, you know, I can build up some energy? Okay, we got the uncommon, which, you know, is pretty bad, but it's still 100% mastery, so in rarity it's an L, in boost it's still kind of a W. If only I was able to get that 600% mastery boost, that would have been like 7x stronger? Yeah, it would have been something ridiculous like that. Let's, I guess, go ahead and see if we can have some better luck at maybe the masteries, or wait, what do you call this again? Oh yeah, the Hakis. Let's see if luck is going to be on my side, you know, lady luck, you know, blessing me as usual. Except, it's not this time. Dang it. Well, I guess there's nothing really left I can do right now, since I'm still in the same position as before, you know. If I rank up right now, I lose out on like 1 quadrillion mastery, which might hurt my chances at getting, you know, really far in the Shinobi raid. So once again, let's just suck it up for the time being, you know, wait the 4 minutes and however long the Shinobi raid is going to take. And then after that, we can go ahead and probably speedrun like 3 or 4 rank ups. Then maybe even as well max out world number 3. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and jump into the Shinobi raid for our very first time. So, what can we get from this raid? Well, we can get, I guess, quite a lot of tokens, including Breathing Stone. Oh, this is from the final world, isn't it? yeah, getting a bunch of these and as well the fruit shards are definitely going to be really helpful. And then I guess from there, I mean, I wouldn't complain if I got a bunch of upgrade shards as well. So in the end, it seems like this raid, regardless of if I get a good power or not, is going to be, I guess, helping me out a ton when it comes to progression. Now, we're on wave 10 at the moment. Did we get any good powers or anything at all at this point? I don't believe so, because when something new pops up in the bag, you know, there would be like a number. And the only thing that I have gotten was one thing, which is the breathing stone. So, you know, nothing just yet. And unfortunately, I don't think we're really getting any farther because, you know, wave 16, we're nowhere near one-shotting. You know, they basically have quintillions of HP, which in other words means I really need to like lock in when it comes to, you know, the mastery grinding. All right, game, if you want to say that I am weak, challenge accepted. Let's start off by, I guess, heading on over to the token upgrades, right? Let's just go ahead and pop in all of our tokens into mastery and maybe as well critical. Not entirely sure if critical refers to as well like critical hits in terms of like mastery. It might just be damage, but then again, I won't take chances. But yeah, now that that is done, we can immediately go ahead and say bye-bye to, I guess, this 1.68 QA energy, but I'm sure we'll be able to grind it back up really quickly. So that is going to be, I guess, 2 rank ups in the matter of like 5 seconds. Then this over here is going to be our 3rd rank up, giving us 102k percentage extra energy. Then again, not even like 30 seconds later, we can rank up. Wait, are we going to be able to get to like 1 million extra percentage? I mean, it's definitely possible. Yeah, after claiming this rank up over here, we are basically 1 rank up away from getting around 1 million percentage. So let's let that run in the background for the time being. And let's see if maybe I can go ahead and upgrade my avatar or maybe my weapon as well. Plus as well, there is a new aura over here that we could go ahead and get, but we need to go ahead and probably defeat like 100 or so enemies so then we can fill up this progress bar. Actually, I got a pretty solid idea, right? It is getting a bit late into the night and I do kind of have school, you know, early in the morning. So in order to go ahead and maximize grinding whilst also, you know, getting a good night's sleep, let's go ahead and let's maybe AFK with maybe an auto clicker on the rank ups. So then, you know, that's where I will be consistently increasing my energy gain whilst also, I guess, saving up a bunch of energy. So then, you know, when I wake up tomorrow and, you know, come back from school, I would have maybe, let's say, 1 quintillion mastery, maybe higher, maybe lower. It could be something like that. And then, yeah, we can use that mastery, go ahead and jump back into the easy time trial and the Shinobi raid, and maybe go ahead and get ourselves, I don't know, I mean, we could technically just upgrade our fruits once again, or maybe upgrade everything in general. Anything can happen, right? For all I know, I'm gonna wake up absolutely broken, or I'm gonna wake up and find myself disconnected after 20 minutes because my Wi-Fi went out. Genuinely be pissed, by the way, if that happens, but let's keep our fingers crossed that nothing strange happens. But yeah, jokes aside though, let's, I guess, end off, I guess, this day, you know, Sunday with rolling a bunch of these, you know, Harkeys until hopefully I get something better than the Sapphire. Nope, I got nothing good. Hopefully that isn't a bad sign of what is to come. But yeah, let the AFK grinding begin, and I will probably catch you guys sometime tomorrow morning or afternoon, depending on when I'm able to record. And then from there, we're gonna blitz through the rest of this game. We're gonna make sure that no part 3 is needed, and we are going to get maxed out. Good night, everybody. See you guys tomorrow. And hey everybody, welcome to another day of grinding. Yes, it's been around, I think, like 16 hours now. You know, I had my nice 8 hours of sleep and as well like 8 or so hours of like, you know, I guess school and eating, you know, all of the daily stuff. But don't worry, none of those hours went to waste, since if I just head on over here to the rank ups, as you guys can see, we did a lot of rank ups overnight. But as well, not only that, between my breaks at school, I was also able to do a little bit of grinding on my phone. For example, if I head on over here to the Pirate Trainer, I did go ahead and unlock him, and as well, you know, I started working on the multipliers. Then from there, I did go ahead and roll, you know, a few more gachas. For example, I have the Legend Fruit, you know, for damage, and as well the Epic Fruit for mastery. And then in terms of the Harkey, we managed to go ahead and get ourselves the Mythical, giving us 600%. yeah, a lot of stuff has happened, you know, since you've last seen me, but the crazy part is that we're not even done showcasing what I've done. Let's just cut to the chase though. I got some better weapons, you know, I upgraded to this legendary sword, you know, 60% damage, 124 mastery. It's really OP. And as well, I also ended up figuring out that Itachi, you know, the secret boss of World 1, well, that 1% drop was actually this shark sword, meaning that secret bosses actually give you secret swords. Now, obviously, that is really good timing, since I believe we are strong enough to take out the second secret boss in this game, you know, the one inside of the Namek planet. But just before we go ahead and do that, let's quickly go ahead and I guess complete the Emperor of the Third World. Since as you guys can see, once again, on the right side of my screen, I have been able to take him out 3 out of 5 times. And I'm pretty sure I am now strong enough to almost one-shot him. Okay, no, we are still actually pretty far away from one-shotting him. But yeah, we basically still take him out in around like 1.52 seconds. Which is fast enough, I guess, to go ahead and get ourselves all of his accessories, such as these mastery ones, this damage one, and of course the best one, a mastery and damage. You know, a nice mix. Also, by the way, whilst we go ahead and, you know, take him out, just want to point out, when I claim this quest over here, right, this is actually the final zone key that we need in order to, you know, go ahead and unlock the final world. So yeah, once we're done, I guess, wrapping up this boss and as well the secret boss in the Namek planet, we can move on to there. So there we go. This is going to be all of the accessories acquired, you know, the string glasses, the straw hat, and even the 1% one, you know, the mixed one. I guess that means that we can now head on over to the secret boss of the Namek planet. Now, of course, I'm going to go ahead and showcase exactly where he is. If I'm not mistaken, you do have to go ahead and, wait, hold on a second. Is my, like, map bugging out a little bit? Okay, no, my graphics quality was just a bit low. But, yeah, as I was saying, though, in order to find him, you just have to head on over here to, you know, where the aura is. And then just before you go ahead and jump across this bridge, just, jump down here. And then, yeah, this is where the crack in the wall is going to be. You know, just like the previous one, you just walk into it. And this is how much HP the boss is going to have. Only 80 sextillion, it's not too bad. But now that you guys know exactly where the boss is and how much HP he has, let's, I guess, AFK here for around probably an hour or so, since I have a feeling it's probably going to be taking that long, if not even longer, to get maybe a 2-starred version of this 1% sword, maybe 3-starred if I'm really lucky. But then again, I doubt it. I mean, I could technically try boosting up my damage a little bit, since I'm pretty sure I do have the tokens of, like, the next area. Actually, you know what? Let's just quickly head on over here just to see if the easy time trials, you know, came in clutch by, you know, giving me all those free tokens. So this is where the breathing technique is going to be, which is the only gacha, since over here, this is just once again, like, you know, another quest line, kind of like the Whis and the Pirate Trainer. So I guess in terms of token grinding stuff, this is like one of the main things we only have to worry about. Now, we have 188 tokens, by the way, and it seems like all of the gachas are basically only mastery. So let's just go ahead and quickly get something relatively decent, like maybe the uncommon. Okay, that's going to be a rare acquired, so that's actually really good. But I'm sure, you know, we can go ahead and maybe get something better, like maybe the epic, because I'm pretty sure the epic's like a 5% chance, which isn't exactly that rare. Actually, no, never mind. It is a 10% chance, but it didn't even matter because it turns out my luck is absolutely garbage. But hey, again, 200% mastery, still very awesome. It's just a shame that I can't maybe roll, like, for example, something crazy like the secret on camera, because, you know, then everybody would go wild on the video. Anything but giving me a clippable moment, huh, game? Let's just close our eyes and dream like I got the secret on camera, okay? Just for the time being until, you know, that one glorious day comes. But anyways, let's get back to the grinding over here on the secret boss, and I guess to artificially increase my damage, I'll just go ahead and equip my damage stuff. Such as, you know, this Fruit of Light over here, you know, 35% damage, and as well I can equip the 65% damage straw hat. Again, it's only like a 15% increase from what it was before, but again, we will take it since I'm pretty sure 15% might turn, for example, 5 hits into 4 hits. Let's stop the apping though. I'll see you guys probably for the final time once I guess we max out this boss. And finally, after probably like 2 to 3 hours of just non-stop AFKing here, we should now have enough of the Sight Rosés in order to make ourselves a 3-starred weapon. Yes, and it is significantly better than the Quake Spears. That makes me so happy. Wait, does this mean that we are technically pro now, right? Because think about it. We've unlocked the final world, and we've rolled basically every single gacha that I can relatively think of. Obviously, we aren't maxed out since, you know, there is still some like work to do. For example, the aura, we need to obviously unlock this. Then as well, there's a lot of gachas where we only have the mythical, for example, the Saiyajins, you know, over here, only mythicals acquired. We still need to get the secret. And then, you know, the list kind of goes on and on with basically every single other gacha, except I guess the first one, since we did get lucky here. But yeah, not gonna lie, I think what I'm gonna do is I am going to wait until I can save up the free gifts and as well the codes, so then that's where I can maybe buy some free-to-play game passes. Especially since the majority of them are going to be saving so much time in terms of, for example, maxing out. Such as, you know, this +1 gacha open would save hours and hours from just like normal spinning. And even other simple stuff like, for example, 2x star experience, fast open, multiple open, and obviously the 2x mastery and damage. All of that would definitely be really helpful in terms of maxing out, so I think I'm going to play it smart. I'm not going to try and do what's kind of impossible to do right now, or at least it's not realistic to complete. But then again, I am technically a content creator in this game, so if I really want to, I can just probably just use the command in order to give myself game passes. And the only reason I'm considering this is because in my opinion, the Noob to Pro free-to-play is now complete. So the next step on, I guess, grinding is going to be being top 1, pay to win, or at least, you know, on the leaderboards, which are going to be found right over here. Well, would you look at that? Apparently top 1 on the pay to win is 36 nonillion, and I am still at the sextillions. Yeah, make sure to stay tuned for next video. It is definitely going to be one crazy grind. But anyways, if you guys want to support this video, make sure to like and subscribe with notifications on. And until next time, I'm probably going to go ahead and, you know, start preparing. Because, you know, I have a feeling that even if I use the, you know, command to give myself game passes, there's still a lot of stuff that I need to prepare beforehand. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching and have an amazing rest of your day. Peace out, everybody.